Hey, this is Danielle, and today I'm going to be talking about the ongoing short covering rally in the Nasdaq, in addition to one of the best mega cap tickers to buy right now. So, first of all, let's just start off by looking at the Nasdaq futures. On this chart, you can see a few things that are very interesting. Number one, you have a daily squeeze. The daily squeeze is firing to the upside, which, basically just means that we've had this consolidation that's been consolidating for a while and now it's starting to break out. We also have a situation where the VZO is triggering to the upside. This is a measure of volume and, which direction volume's going. Anytime you have a breakout above the zero line, you're going to get a major volume buy. And then when you retrace to the zero line and take off again, that's again, major volume buy. So we have buy signals with the squeeze, with the VZO, and then you also have a buy signal when you break out up above the 50 simple. All that being said, you have some upside targets here, 16,000 and then 16,250. So those are going to be, the next two levels that I'm watching and I'm trading. If you look at the QQQ, you can see, what does that look like in the Qs? That is going to look like a target of about 380 and then about 385, 387. So, buy trigger there as well. Really nice upside movement. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that the put call ratio has been high. So whenever the put call ratio is high, whenever it's up above, 0.9, that's a point where you get a lot of short covering if there's a gap up. You can see here that the put call ratio went from 1.16 down to 0.56. So what that's saying is that over the course of the last three trading sessions, you've had quite a bit of buying to cover. So that's, something that happens when the market gaps up overnight. And anytime, there's a news related move or the market gaps up overnight, as it did today, that's just going to exasperate the buying to cover because, people are, losing money on a short position and they have to buy to cover to get out of that position when they either are losing money and they have to get out or, if they're wrong and they just want to get long, or maybe you have a lot of people who wanted to get long who are waiting on the sidelines and now's their chance. If you look at a ticker like Tesla, you can see what can happen in a moment in time where you get this breakout above this area of resistance. So right here you can see there was a big breakout above this 249 price point and boom, high volume, and you have a 10% move. So I think Tesla is heading up onwards and upwards into 300. And then when you look at Meta, you can see that with Meta, you have the same kind of situation. You were stuck underneath these areas of resistance right here. There was a couple moments in time, you had some wicks up above the zone, tried to get out, but it wasn't until today when we had some short covering, and we had that break above the 50 simple that we're starting to see incoming volume. And what's great about this is you still have a daily squeeze. So when you have a squeeze right here that, by the way, hasn't fired, that means that there's still a lot of energy in here. So because the squeeze hasn't fired, because it's now up above resistance, I think it's going to break out above this resistance zone and head onwards and upwards up to 320 and potentially even 330, but 320 would be my first price target. So looking at Meta and saying, okay, I think we have a 320 price target on this thing. How could we trade it? It was already up 3%. Should we trade it right now or should we wait? Certainly you can wait if you want. You can wait for a pullback into 300. But a lot of the times when these breakouts happen, just kind of gotta jump on for the ride. So looking at this week and the upside target, you can see there's about a $10 expected move into the end of the week. So I think, 315, if this thing can keep going this week, I think 315 would make sense. If you want to go out a little bit further and say, okay, what about October? At that point, you have a $27 expected move. So that's the point where I would say, okay, if you're trying to target upwards into 330, 325, 330, that's when you'd want to go out and use that October monthly expiration series. You have that high open interest there in those strikes, and I think that that's a reasonable target zone for a longer term trade. Now, admittedly, I don't usually stay in my trades 39 days. It's a little bit far out for me, but I do like trading those monthly series because they have a lot better liquidity. If you wanted to trade a weekly series, certainly in this ticker, it is possible. There's not, as much volume and open interest, but you could still do it just because the spreads are tight enough. So regardless of what you choose, I think that Meta is looking pretty good to the upside. I think that the aggressive trader would choose the September expiration series. And then, beyond that, I think that if you wanted to place a longer term swing trade, you are looking at October. So if you wanted something like a butterfly on this, something like 305, 315, 325, just for one contract, it's going to cost you $2.82. And, you have a risk reward ratio that's better than risking one to make two. So I like that right here. I think that it's a good trade idea. It's a little bit more risky, but hey, what are we here for if not a little bit of excitement in our lives, right? So that's about all I have for you today. I also wanted to let you know that we're going to be having an Orlando Summit. This is going to be October 28th. It's going to be directly before the Money Show that's in Orlando. We're going to be having a welcome party on the 27th and a poker tournament. And we're going to be having some talks throughout the event. Basically what we do is each one of us has a talk based off of a top strategy that we're using right here and now. So if you are interested, you can come and join us. You can get these exclusive bonuses and especially join us for the poker tournament because that's always a lot of fun. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey traders, thanks for watching this video. If you want to make sure that you get all of our free trading content, make sure you hit subscribe and also give us a like and comment down below. If you want to learn more about us and if you want to join us for live trading in real markets with real money, make sure you go to simplertrading.com where you can join us for more info. Thank you very much and have a great day.